You're 3 days from the perf packet deadline. You open the doc, scroll through your last 6 months, and the bullet points feel fine. Shipped the migration. Mentored 2 juniors. Ran the on-call rotation cleanup. But you can't shake the feeling that last year's packet said almost the exact same thing. That feeling has a name, you're treading water, and the brutal part is, treading water looks identical to swimming until you check your coordinates. 6 signs. They apply whether you're on the IC track chasing staff or principal, or you're an EM trying to grow from team lead to org lead. I'll mark which is which as we go. 1. Your scope hasn't changed, but your tenure has. This is the Staff Plus killer. You've been at the company 3 years. You're still the go-to person for the same service, the same domain, the same 3 Slack channels. That's not seniority, that's load-bearing tenure. Promo committees at Google and Meta explicitly look for expanding blast radius. More teams influenced, bigger systems touched, harder ambiguity absorbed. If your scope diagram looks the same as it did 18 months ago, you're not senior. You're just expensive. 2. You're the most senior person in every room you walk into. For EMs especially. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Stripe's engineering culture explicitly rotates senior folks into RFC reviews outside their domain for this reason. No friction means no growth. If nobody's pushing back on your designs, your one-on-ones, your roadmap, you're not respected. You're being managed around. 3. Your calendar is full, but your what did I build list is empty. Run the test. Open your calendar, count the meetings. Now open a blank doc and write down what you actually produced in the last quarter. Designs, docs, decisions, code, hires. If the meeting count is high and the artifact count is low, you're a coordination layer, not a leverage layer. Staff ICs and staff EMs both fail here. For ICs, it's drift into the meeting engineer. For EMs, it's drift into the status update manager. 4. The feedback you get is identical to last cycle. Great collaborator, could be more strategic. Sound familiar? If your perf feedback rhymes year over year, your manager has stopped investing in your growth, or you've stopped acting on the feedback, or both. Google's calibration process is designed to surface exactly this: the consistently meets expectations trap. Meeting expectations at your current level for 3 cycles is the polite way of being told you've plateaued. 5. You can't name what you're learning right now. Quick test. What's the last technical concept, leadership framework, or system design pattern you learned well enough to teach? If the answer is more than 2 months old, you're in maintenance mode. Maintenance mode is fine for a quarter. It's career ending across 2 years. 6. You're optimizing for things that stopped mattering 18 months ago. This is the subtle one. The company changed, the strategy pivoted. AI rewrote half the roadmap. But you're still grinding on the metrics, the rituals, the architectural bets that made sense 2 reorgs ago. Shopify's engineering org talks about this as context decay. Your mental model of what matters drifts from reality, and nobody tells you because you still look productive. So, 3 or more of these, you're treading water. 5 or more, you've been treading water long enough that your manager has probably noticed and just hasn't said it yet. The fix isn't a side project or a new framework. The fix is a deliberate scope conversation. With your manager if you're an IC, with your skip if you're an EM, where you put the current state on paper and ask one question. What would make my next packet structurally different from my last one? If they can't answer that, the problem isn't you treading water. The problem is the pool. Next video, I'll walk through the 1-page scope proposal. The doc staff ICs and senior EMs use to negotiate the next level. Before the perf cycle, not during it. If there's a sign I missed, drop it in the comments. I read the top ones before drafting the follow-up.